Welcome to the Nomad Kitchen. I hope that you're doing super well and that you've been enjoying these episodes where we've been going around the world, discovering new dishes, new preparations, new things, and also new personalities. Today what we are going to do is an actual Italian recipe, and this is very interesting because most of Italian food is associated with pasta, and that's what we know, right? Like pasta, lasagna, and maybe tiramisu, that is a dessert, and so on and so on. We will have time to talk about Italian food and also to talk what's the origin of that thing, probably in another season. But today, we are going to do a cabbage rice that is super delicious and that you would definitely enjoy very much. For this, we are going to use some interesting ingredients. Our first ingredient that is going to be here is this cabbage. Have you seen something so interesting? Cabbage is very nice. It has a lot of water, but it's so dry and it's so soft, and it comes ready to eat. And it's one of the only ingredients that we know and that we actually use in food that is European, right? This is very weird, but it's very nice. Before continuing with the other ingredients, I will invite you to subscribe, to share, and to interact with this video, and to comment in the below comments here in YouTube. If you want also to share with your friends and tell hey, I would like to watch this or to interact with this, just let me know and I'll be preparing different amazing things. Now, continuing with the story about the cabbage, one of the many interesting things is that cabbage was forever used for salads and for different things, and especially because of the particularity that is ready to eat, it was introduced in many dishes around the world. Now, back in the time, this thing combined with rice that was brought from Asia, and with capsicum that was brought from Latin America, and with tomato that was brought from Latin America, created a nice recipe that is called rice with cabbage in Italian. Now, another interesting thing is that this also has a variation. In that variation, you include macadamia nuts that, as you know, come from Australia, and shiitake, or mushrooms. Shiitake is a word that basically means fungus, and that is a Japanese word. These mushrooms are from Japan, and they were brought again to Italian cuisine. And introduced to basically create all sorts of kinds of recipes. Let's go. What we are going to do is we are going to start cutting the ingredients, and in fact this preparation is super simple. The only thing you need to do is to cut these ingredients and to basically combine all the ingredients in something like this. This is a wok pan. Very interesting as well. We use mostly for Asian food, but again, because of so much influence from different parts of the world, it's used also for this type of rice. So to fulfill this recipe, we are going to invite two friends. The first one is a friend from Kazakhstan that is best known as garlic. We are going to put the garlic there, and this garlic is going to be poured in the wok pan with some friend from Turkey or Syria, that is olive oil. We just leave them to rest a bit, to interact them together, to talk, to speak to each other. We wait until they become friends. And after that, we just put some tomato. Ouch. We just put it in the pan. Then after tomato comes, we invite another friend from Latin America, right? Because this is a party, and a party without Latin Americans is not a party. So we put more things. So now you might be wondering, this is cabbage rice, but where is the rice? You are right. Rice arrived here, late to the party, and we are going to use it in a moment. Once all our friends are dancing reggaeton or bachata or salsa, just combined there, having a nice party and so on. And they smell delicious. And they were so far they were dancing just bachata. Now, what we want them is to dance salsa. Salsa. Put some black pepper, of course, because a party without the black flow is not a party, right? Without the swagger, without the vibe, without gengeton or Afrobeats. That's not a party. Once they are distracted, enjoying the party, having fun, drunk in the olive oil, the salsa, and the black pepper, we invite two friends, an European and an Asian friend. We put, first of all, the Asian, in this case the rice. For this, what I'm using is half a cup of rice, for half capsicum of each color, for 1 tomatoes, and for 2 garlic teas. I'm just mixing it. Again, like we are using a wok pan, so this is basically wok rice. Now, if you think that the party is over, it's not. Our European friend came. This is the cabbage. It just comes inside. I'm a mess. I hope you're not. So imagine, now in one part of the party, like they all started like to fight and like just like to have this like, hey, my country is better. No, my country is better. No, I'm doing like better things and so on and so on. Then this is when we bring our friend the egg to put them together, to make them like go along, and we put him. Remember, egg is from Egypt. By the way, Egypt is one of the only countries in all history that was actually occupied or invaded by most of the empires. So the Persians came to Egypt, the Ottomans came to Egypt, the people from the UK, the Britons came to Egypt, the French people came to Egypt. Everybody came to Egypt. The Romans as well. So eggs are from Egypt. So it's like they have something in common. They will like it. So you remember we had two friends there. The mushroom that is not included yet, we cut. You put as much as you want. As I told you, like there were like many variations of this recipe. In my case, I normally add mushrooms to the rice cabbage recipe. Good thing is that, remember that I told you that the cabbage has a lot of water. Because of that water, it slows cook. And all the purpose of this design of this pan is also the same, like the heat is distributed more uniformly so it doesn't burn. Put the shiitake mushrooms there. And the second friend that I told you about, that sometimes is not invited to the party but can come also, is our Australian friends, right? The macadamia nuts. We put just enough, and we just continue cooking and interacting with the flavors. See if it's almost cooked. You too. Very interesting about this recipe. It's totally vegetarian, it's very easy, very fast to make. And it has a lot of protein, very little fat, but some nice carbs that your body will absorb fastly, especially if you're under like a workout and so on. Like many people have this belief that vegetarian people like would not develop muscle or things like that. This is one of those meals that actually like make you grow. If you use it well, like has a lot of protein, it has a lot of carbs, as I told you. However, it doesn't have a lot of fat, which is very good. We are going to put this thing, this delicious baby. You see, like it looks well hydrated, right? It's thanks to our friend the Cabbage. That's always taking care of the other guys, you know? Still like, you know what, bro? Don't feel dehydrated. It's always giving hugs to people. Interesting thing about this recipe, of course, because we love cheese, if you want to spice up the things, you bring your Italian friend, the pecorino, and you just spread some on top of it to garnish the rice. And this is my friends, my guys, our cabbage rice.